今日は何曜日？It's Today's September 14th, 2024 here in Pacifica, California, 12 miles south of San Francisco. Temperature is beautiful outside. It's 53 to 63. That is 11 degrees Celsius to 17-ish degrees Celsius. The best beer of the day is actually, man, I'm just a quick update today. And So this is what I've done. So after the raccoons came, and I basically said, "Hey man, I really have to remove my babies," which I did that day or that night into the garage, and they're still here. All I've been doing is like trying to figure out, like, it's a space issue now, right? Like I had everything planned for outdoors, nice winter. The beauty of keeping them outdoors. It's one of the reasons why I love keeping medakas is because during the winter, you don't see them. They're just like in their element if you're in a cooler climate and you don't touch them, you don't feed them. When the temperature's below or 44, right? They don't have a stomach. Their digestive system really doesn't kick in until it gets to above 44. 50, 60 is optimal. So you just leave them alone. And what the cool thing is, a lot of their colors develop during the wintertime. And when spring comes and when the temperature starts rising, we open up basically, or we start observing them again. They're starting to wake up and you're able to feed. And that's one of the beauties where it's kind of like opening up a Christmas present, you know. You just try to get them as big as possible before winter comes, and then, you know, you wait till spring to see how they develop. In size, not too much in size, but they will develop in size because they're constantly eating what they could find when they want to eat during the cooler seasons. They don't really have to eat too much because they're not moving, you know, they're not hibernating, but they're just not moving. So they're not exerting any energy. So they don't have to really consume whatever they find in the water, green water. That's what they're consuming. Tons of planktons, right? The green water and all that. So going back to what I was talking about. So I came to the conclusion that I need to start setting up tanks inside the house. This is just like a temporary place, meaning for hopefully a couple days until I get things set up in the house. That's basically starting up new tanks, and some will stay in here in the garage over the winter. I just have to still sort what I was able to keep or save after the raccoons had a sashimi feast, a buffet style. And by the way, they didn't come back, but I was told that they'll probably come back at least once a week to figure out if there's more. So unfortunately, this winter, I am not going to have any medakas outdoors. Just playing it safe. Mother Nature, man, caught me off guard. I should have known. Again, Mother Nature taught me well to never let your guard down, which I've been doing for 6-7 years because we never had raccoon issues, or I've never seen any raccoon issues and all that. So what I am going to do is what I've been doing inside the house is just setting up tanks and trying to find old sponges that have already developed. I like saving a lot of old sponges in water just because the beneficial bacteria is already living there, right? So I've been going through tanks, pulling sponges that I could use so I could instant cycle a tank. So it's not like brand spanking new. So I could already introduce these little babies in there without them suffering per se. I think somebody left me in the comments, and I'll go to the comments. after this, but somebody was asking me what these plastic things are. These are just like these containers you get from Daiso. Daiso is like, they're spreading over here in the U.S., and this is what it looks like. There's a larger one and there's a smaller size. I love these. They're relatively inexpensive, and they're strong as hell. The only reason why this one over here is cracked is because this was full of. I had a breeding trio full of water, and the raccoons got them, and they basically like knocked this whole thing off one of the crates in it, and that's why it cracked. But unless there's huge impact like that, this thing is not going to break. This thing lasts outdoors for years and years and years. I haven't had any problems with it leaking or anything. All right, the biggest reason why I want to do this today is dealing with this, but at the same time, like, man, I just cannot thank all of you Medaka heads for just chiming in and just, like, just connecting with me. It just shows the power of, like, I don't know, maybe it's just the aquatic world, but just the Medaka head community. Awesome, like, a lot of suggestions on what I should do and all that stuff, and just people even offering me to, they have Medakas available, and eggs, and and all that. And I'm just like so. Let me take a real quick sip. I'm so grateful for everybody that left a comment on YouTube and on Instagram. I was shocked, to be honest. I'm like, wow. Yeah, it's been hectic 2 days, but it's like the journey will continue. I won't be able to kind of talk about the winter goshi. Fuyu goshi, they say in Japanese. What is fuyu goshi? Those are the Miyukis, by the way. These are the only babies that I have left, Miyuki. So this lineage is going to be, it's going to come to an end, unfortunately. But what am I trying to say here? What am I pretending not to know? Basically, I was just shocked, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and it's definitely to help for me to kind of focus on how do I want to deal with this situation? How do I want to proceed? Again, my goal is to try to create fish that's strong. You can make the most beautiful fish, or you could keep them, but if they cannot adapt to certain climates, and if you need to keep them in certain temperatures, it's not fun. That's not what Medakas are all about. Medakas are all about being able to survive in under the ice during the winter, depending on where you are. So I'm still bummed that I wasn't able to. My whole focus was all my Miyukis and the Yozakuras. Like, I'm not worried about. I mean, they could go through everything, cyclone, storm, and all that stuff. Water parameter changes, they're okay. But it was these babies over here. Last year, I imported the red cliffs from Japan, and I did import the midnight frills, and these are my Gen 1s and F1s. Again, the difference between Gen 1 and F1. F1 is when you cross two different lineages, or if you get, let's say, a red cliff from Mr. A red cliff from Mr. B, and you put those together. Those are F1s. Gen 1 is like when you purchase, let's say, a breeding pair or a trio, and you get your first offspring. That's Gen 1. So Gen 1 red cliffs and F1, these are the babies that I got from the Midnight Frill and Red Cliff crossing, right? So what I wanted to do, again, from my experience, man, they've been very fragile. I took them outside for the first time 3 weeks ago, once they got to a certain size where I'm like, let's try it out. They grew a lot in 3 weeks, and that's why I'm super kind of bummed that now they're indoors and they're going to have to remain indoors. But what I wanted to do is, hopefully they'll survive over the winter. And then when spring comes, I was going to, now they're going to be the breeding parents, right? So there's a better chance for me, a peace of mind, saying like their offsprings will be able to deal with the 4 seasons outdoors, so that was what I was looking forward to. But that's just for now. That's not going to happen. So I'll probably, again, this is the next process. So as I'm setting up tanks inside the house and all, I just have to figure out which ones I'm going to bring inside, and which ones I'm going to leave in the garage. And again, for me, the garage is a functional garage where I do park my car. Right now, it's not in here, so I just can't use up all the space. It's just going to be the rack space that I'm going to have. So I'm going to be very limited in space. So that's what's, I guess, taking a little bit of thinking on my end to try to figure out how am I going to kind of permanently, for now, relocate these little babies, so they'll grow to their potential, and their beauty, hopefully. Let me just take real quick. So the best beer of the day is the one Domari got the Fire Harp son, Nico Fish son, and Mr. Andy Yo son, Medaka Head member, beer fund donation individuals. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But all you other Medaka heads that had joined, Foxsaga son, Lindsay's Tank son, Nino Franklin's son, Rocky's Garage son, and H son, Jan Nolta son, Christian Aquino son, Mr. Golden Hands son. Oh boy, let me just take another real quick sip before I lose my breath. It's kind of hot here in the garage, actually. Lauren Marshall's son, Niels Hansen's son, Nicole's son, Mr. Ten's son, and the newest member, Cameron Kilmer's son. This all goes out to you. Domo arigato for supporting. I think most of all you contacted me via DM over on Instagram, and I was able to send out the sticker. This ugly thing right here. So when you become a member, you hit the join button on Instagram, which will basically it's just like a monthly small donation, and I'll send this ugly sticker, a certified Medaka head sticker. I think like everybody should, if you don't have yours yet and you send me your information, let me know, because you should have it now. There was one international going to Canada, so it seems like there's Medaka heads all over the world now, so it's pretty awesome. The other thing is I'll do these like member only short videos. I'll just do random ones, and that is something that you could watch if you become a Medaka head member on YouTube. And the other thing is, at the end of the month, I'm going to be doing this giveaway for the Gex. This is pretty much the last pack of Gex that I have. A couple cases went out, and it's turning out to be. I think a lot of people are happy about how their Medakas are doing, from what I've heard. So this last pack over here, it's the growth version. I'm going to be doing a raffle at the end of this month. So if you become a member by, I should give it a date, huh? By the end of this week, or this week, meaning today is Saturday. So by next Friday, I'll just do a quick drawing on YouTube, and I will ship it to you. So unfortunately for international, it seems like there's some certain places you can't ship fish food. So if you happen to be selected and you live outside of the U.S., we'll figure something out. So that's it for today. I got to get back to work. Got to set up the aquariums. I think the biggest thing was just like thanking everybody about just the kind words and all that, and it really, it really put a smile on my face. Typically, I say these babies put a smile on my face, but for sure this week it was all you Medaka heads chiming in that put a huge smile on my face. And it's easy to continue to do this, So what I've been doing for the past 2 days, this is it. Getting rid of, I'm not going to set the aeration because they're going to be here temporarily. Getting rid of the old, and just introducing new. Again, this water has been sitting here for like 24 hours, so the temperature is pretty much the same. So this is all I've been doing, because there are no filters, and this is their temporary housing per se, and hopefully as soon as I get this the indoors situated, I won't have to do this anymore. But hopefully I could wrap this up by Monday and have them readapt to, they're going back indoors. It kind of sucks. They finally made it outdoors. The sun did wonders. They grew a lot. They need the sun for their potential. These are red cliffs again, the ones that were saved. All the larger ones that were growing, they were just like, they're gone. So, all right. I will keep all you Medaka heads posted. Again, thank you so much for the kind words and all that. It really, really put a smile on my face. So thank you. If you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. Just DM me at MedakaMetal. I will answer every single question that you may have. If I can answer the question, if I don't, I'll say this is what I think, but I just don't have any experience. And all right, I hope I didn't forget anything. All right, just domo arigato. Thank you so much. Again, we'll do it again next time. Medaka heads, MedakaMetal out. Oh yeah.